You're being asked to start something new, but it feels like you're working in total darkness. That's just what Mercury's got for us right now. This new moon in Virgo is the darkest moment before dawn. It's asking you to plant a seed based on pure faith because its ruler, Mercury, is intentionally keeping the map hidden for now. And in this darkness, we receive the lightning bolt from Uranus making a square from Gemini. A sudden, restless jolt designed to make your old routines feel unbearable, showing you exactly what's going to break and what you have to innovate. Now, this moon is at 0 degrees Virgo, and there's a lot to say about that, but first, that's where the fixed star Regulus, the heart of the lion, resides. I love Regulus and this royal star. He's on my descendant, and that's the only fixed star I have a talisman for. Right now, let Coriolanus be your guide in this disorienting moment. The only way to navigate forward is through your integrity, through your desires, through your own sense of kingship, sovereignty, and what you want from your life. That's how you turn that lightning bolt from chaos, from it happening to you, from being poor, pitiful you, to a breakthrough moment. The early days of next week, you will see a clear path forward illuminated. And that's because this is all supercharged by what happens the next day on August 24th. Mercury finally clears its retrograde shadow, the aftermath and cleanup period. Time for reviewing these same old issues, and any second guessing is officially over. Mercury picks up speed and breaks new ground at 15 Leo. Expect some light to be shed on the seed that you just planted with this new moon. You'll get information quickly, and it's going to require your flexibility. But the cost of waiting for a perfect plan here is the pain of regret. Your only job right now is to trust that flash of insight, to take that first step even while it's still dark. So for Virgo risings, you are the main character of this new moon, and this is the ultimate period of personal reinvention for about 40 days between this new moon and the very rare second new moon in Virgo at the end of September. So at this new moon at the very beginning of your first house of self and identity, you're standing at the threshold of a powerful new chapter in your life, and in many ways the ball is in your court. Now this is one of the most significant moments of your year, obviously, offering a chance to redefine who you are, how you present yourself to the world. With this square from Uranus in your 10th house of Gemini, that brings a really sudden, electrifying urge to break free from old self-concepts, and it means you really need your true self to be seen. You want who you are inside to be what you're known for here. And it also just adds a general feeling of like stir craziness to this whole period for you. Now, Regulus conjunct this new moon in your ascendant, that bestows like this royal bearing for you, a real sense of courage, and it really has potential for greater visibility and leadership for you in this period. So embrace the unexpected changes to your appearance, your personal goals, your life direction, even what you want out of these things in your life. Self-sovereignty here is what you're building, and you're planting the seeds for an entirely new version of yourself to emerge as we go through this eclipse period. Now for Libra risings, this is in your 12th house, and that means a profound breakthrough is occurring in the hidden realms of your psyche. This new moon is activating that 12th house subconscious, spirituality themes, and also maybe bringing closure from the past, initiating a period of deep healing. The square from Uranus can bring sudden flashes, insights from dreams, meditations, divinations, spiritual endeavors. It also highlights justice and higher education in school. And these insights that you're getting, these realizations, they could come through moments of solitude, and they could be liberating you from your hidden fears. You could have a spotlight shown on your self-sabotage or patterns, and also even see like how these have carried on through your family for ancestral generations that you weren't even consciously aware of. And this new moon emphasizing Regulus here calls to a, albeit private, but very spiritual form of leadership for yourself. And this will show up for others. You'll be like leading by example as time goes on. Now overall, this is a time for rest, for release. You have to make room for what's coming now that the eclipses are going to be leaving you alone for a while. So it's like you've been through it, and it's time to process that, to release it, to let it go, and make room for something new, because that's coming in actually pretty soon for Libras. So for Scorpio rising, your social life and your vision for your future are undergoing a radical realignment. This new moon is in your 11th house. That's friendship, community, networking, and it's also the place of hopes. This is all just shaking up like your networks. Now the Uranus square can bring sudden, unexpected connections with unusual and forward-thinking groups or individuals. On the other side, it may trigger an abrupt break from a social circle that no longer aligns with your authentic self, and this is actually a really empowering thing for Scorpio, as hard as it is is to go through, I feel like most Scorpios have to do this to set themselves apart at some point. It reminds them that they're not reliant on others. And that builds up your own sense of power, which is very important for a Scorpio to be healthy. Speaking of that sense of empowerment, Regulus is influencing this new moon greatly, and that's encouraging you to take on a heart-centered leadership role within your community, or maybe even pursue future goals that have like a noble purpose to them. Indeed, this really is the time to plant seeds for that future, one that is really innovated and deeply aligned with your highest ideals, one that you can feel passion for, that you're willing to work for. Now for Sagittarius rising, you need to prepare for a revolution in your career, your public life. This new moon is landing in that 10th house of profession and reputation, making this a powerful moment for a professional reset. And I know some Sagittarius risings in my life. I'm friends with quite a few. Y'all are ready. I think you're bored and you are well over-prepared for a future move. You're probably the most over-prepared in the zodiac right now. And your ruler, Jupiter, is exalted. So the green light is really here. Now, that square to Uranus, which is also opposing you from the 7th house, that brings like an unexpected career opportunity that radically alters your path. And it could be a sudden change in like leadership at the company. It could be a sudden like relationship development, like a new partner comes in, of maybe a business, doesn't have to be romance, and they just open the doorways. Or an undeniable urge even just to break free from a conventional trajectory and work for yourself. Now with Regulus at the top of your chart right now, you're being called to step into a more visible, heart-led leadership role. You're being called to step into your own sovereignty, to find a new professional path that honors both your ambition and your need for freedom, for authenticity, and the need to explore. Now, the seeds you plant now, they can really grow into some significant public recognition. They may even be tied in with your legacy. Now for Capricorn rising, your entire worldview is poised for a breakthrough. This new moon activates your 9th house of higher learning, travel, but also spirituality, where you meet the foreign, the other. This initiates a radical expansion of your horizons, like from inside, from what you even think is possible. And maybe there's a sudden urge to book a long-distance trip. Maybe you're ready to enroll in that course, or maybe, enroll in that spiritual course. Or you could be exploring radical new philosophies that totally change how you approach life from the ground up, all courtesy of the Uranus square. This is a time to question everything you thought you knew and open yourself up to unexpected truths and try to keep a positive spin on it. I know y'all are already questioning everything anyways. That's one of your main talents. Realize how this can help you, how this can lead towards wholeness. Regulus influencing this new moon deeply is encouraging you to realize just how powerful the wisdom you have is. It's encouraging you to become a teacher, a guide. That hard-won wisdom that you have, the way that you know just how things work, and I mean you really do. I'm not saying that sarcastically. That is valuable. People need that. This is a really fucking silly time on Earth. People need it. They need that from you. Sharing your hard-won wisdom with courage and integrity. Plant seeds of knowledge and adventure. This is going to be what this is all about for you. Trusting that leaving your comfort zone is the most direct path to growth, and it's going to set up your authority. Now for my fellow Aquarius risings, this is a deep transformation moment beginning in our 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, and psychological depths. It also brings up themes of duty here. Now this new moon calls for a radical detox of your closest bonds, your financial entanglements, maybe even like your billing arrangements with others if you share bills with others. Also it brings into question like group projects or people who are in, the quickest example that comes to mind is like people who are in bands and stuff. Now the square to Uranus can bring sudden revelations about a partner, an unexpected shift in joint finances, or it could also be that psychological breakthrough that liberates you from that deep-seated fear or that Aquarian patterns of control that we sometimes get stuck in, or we keep ourselves in a rut. Really, all of it's going to be happening at once, not just one thing. Now, Regulus has a major influence on this new moon, and he's asking you to approach these vulnerable areas with courage, with emotional integrity, with your own sense of sovereignty. This is a powerful time to set intentions around healing, deepening intimacy on those more authentic terms, reclaiming your personal power within your collaborative efforts. There's a lot of ways that Aquarius often just lets it go. You don't always have to let it go. And maybe now you can find a way to do it without it being such a big problem and blowing up in your face. That is to say, you're learning how to retake your power within your relationships. Rebalancing the flow of energy so that you're not giving out more than you're taking in. Now for Pisces, this is all about your relationships and, sometimes your enemies too with the 7th house. And this is really just a revolutionary new beginning for you because being opposite your 1st house, it does kind of bring in those themes of you yourself too. I mean, a relationship isn't just the other person, it's you too. This also includes contractual relationships and client work. Now the square to Uranus from the roots of your chart, from your place of home, that promises sudden, unexpected developments in your just very foundations of your life and your most important connections. Now, a new electrifying person could enter your life, or an existing partnership may demand a radical shift towards greater freedom, greater authenticity, and some innovative ideas about how to make all this work for everyone. Regulus is a big influence on this new moon, and that's going to call for noble and heart-centered relating, urging you to approach your commitments with integrity, and that means standing up for yourself, for who you are, not just rolling over. That's what Regulus is asking for here. You can't have a relationship when you're just faking it to get by as like a servant or a submissive. This is a time to set intentions for the kind of partnership that you truly desire, one that supports both mutual devotion and individual liberation for you. For Aries rising, this is the start of a new beginning in your 6th house. That's where work, wellness, and daily routines are. And also sometimes are blind spots that we have to work at to integrate. Now this new moon offers a potent opportunity to radically reinvent your relationship with your health, with your job, with your day-to-day routines. This calls to mind the idea that a person is really just the sum of their habits. Now, because Regulus is so involved here, you're being called to become the sovereign of your own well-being, of your own health. You have to treat your body like a sacred temple, your work as a noble service. And maybe you'll see that the work you're in doesn't feel like that. And you can start finding the ways to work in something that actually feels like a noble service, like something you should do, like you want to do, like it matters. Now, the square from Uranus may bring sudden disruptions to your schedule, unexpected news regarding a job or health news, or maybe urging you to innovate rather than just control. And you might also feel this overwhelming urge to break free from a monotonous grind. Use this energy, implement a new system, maybe health protocols, something like that. They need to honor your need for both efficiency and freedom. What you begin now can set a new, healthier, and more purposeful tone for your life. For Taurus rising, this new moon is igniting creative and romantic breakthroughs in your 5th house of pleasure, self-expression, and children. A radical new approach to your hobbies, artistic pursuits, or love life is being initiated. Now, the influence of Regulus here is encouraging you to lead from the heart, to express your unique creative gifts, and courage and magnanimity to show your viewpoint. Now, the square to Uranus can bring a really sudden, maybe unexpected romantic encounter or a bolt of artistic inspiration that demands you break from your usual style. In the 5th house, this could also be playing out with your children in a way that has some type of unexpected blowback on you where you kind of have to deal with it in some way. Or maybe it's just fun and you get to take part in it and enjoy it. You might feel a powerful urge to take a risk for the sake of joy and passion. Now, this is a call to plant seeds of creativity and pleasure, trusting that what feels good to you is authentically fun and is also actually liberating. All of this is your most noble path forward. You have to trust your feeling here. For Gemini rising, the foundations of your life are being shaken and reset in this period. This new moon lands in your 4th house where home and family is, where it's also the emotional roots, and according to Dane Rujar, the roots of the personality. I mean, it's the roots of the chart, after all, the bottom. Now, this is prompting a radical reinvention of your domestic life. You may feel a sudden urge to move, to renovate, to redefine your family dynamics, to even just redo yourself. Like, you could be bored with yourself a little bit. And that's a square from Uranus, which could also be delivering some shocking news, maybe some sudden insights about what your past is, about your family, about what you truly need to feel secure and at peace. Like, oh, this is the missing piece the whole time. Regulus being right on this new moon is calling you to become a heart-centered leader from your own clan, leading from your own heart, establishing your home as a sanctuary where you can maintain your integrity and shore it up each and every day. What do you want to come home to? Now, this is also the place of endings in traditional astrology, so you could have some sudden, maybe unexpected closure arrive on some long-running open cases that you've been dealing with. Use this energy to declutter both your physical space and that emotional baggage that has been weighing you down. You're a Gemini, you have to float. There's no other way for you to be. Cancer risings, we have a mental revolution occurring. That's because this new moon activates your third house of communication, of learning, of your local environment. This is sparking a period of brilliant new ideas, maybe even a radical shift in your mindset. Also the place of siblings, and could be new beginnings in your sibling relationships, or new relationships in your life with people that feel like a sibling to you, like the type of chosen family feeling. It could be like a sudden conversation, a piece of news, flashes of insight from this Uranus square, completely changing your perspective on some daily matter. And Regulus is also really involved here at this new moon, and that's going to empower your voice with a new level of authority and heart and fire and conviction so that you don't feel too weak to back it up. This is the time to begin a new course of study, to launch new writing projects, initiate important conversations with, say, siblings or neighbors. And I know school is about to start back now. You're going to do really well this year. That's if you lean into the energy of this new moon right now, of course. Either way, your words carry extra weight right now. You can use them to build new, more authentic connections, to renovate your current connections, and to express your own innovative ideas with courage. Leo risings, this new moon initiates a radical shift in your second house of finance, resources, and self-worth. Prepare for a revolution how you earn and your value in your job, how you see your own innate talents. For singers, anyone who does that type of speaking thing, the second house is a throat. Singers have second house placements, etc. This could be really big for you. Maybe you have a new idea. Maybe you have a new way of singing that you want to do. Square to Uranus can bring unexpected financial news here. Either a sudden opportunity or maybe an expense that forces you to innovate. You may discover an unconventional new income stream too, or feel compelled to divest from certain material possessions that just kind of weigh you down, useless cutter. They no longer align with your core identity. And in the middle of that type of clearing energy, we also have Regulus here, and that's one of the stars in Leo, your sign. You're called to take a noble command of your resources, investing in what truly supports your heart's purpose. This is a powerful time to set new financial intentions, rooted in a deeper sense of self-worth as independent of external validation. It's like, what do you want to do? What do you want your day-to-day life to actually look like? You have to lean into that Regulus thing here, Leo. You have to take your throne. Don't try and triangulate what's possible here. Just try and answer, what do you actually want? This new moon, this new beginning, might be capable of delivering that to you. Maybe surprised at how much it grows down the road.